Just before we start the video, I just want to acknowledge something that's happened over the last few days here on the Llangollen Canal. So for those that have been watching the news, there's been a horrific incident. The canal breached. It took some boats with it. There's boaters without their homes. Luckily, no injuries, but it's heartbreaking, to be honest. It's so sad. Myself and little Bonnie, we're absolutely fine. We're safe and sound. So thank you for all the lovely messages. We're just amongst a lot of other boaters. We're stuck here and we're all sort of in shock and uncertainty and anxious. And also our hearts are breaking for those boaters involved in the breach. So obviously the footage that you're about to see, and next week's video, because I did a lot of cruising last week, this is all before this terrible disaster happened and in much happier times. So I still hope you enjoy the video. And obviously in the future, when I know more and things are going on, then I'll share it with you on here. So anyway, back to the video. Good morning. You catch us today. It's a little bit nippy, but we're hopefully this afternoon we've got some blue skies. Gabs is with us today. I've got some crew. And we've left Ellesmere, filled up with water, emptied toilets, done all the chores. And hopefully over the next few days we're going to try to get to Llangollen Basin for Christmas. Now on that journey we've got a couple of locks. I think we've got a few lift bridges or swing bridges, but also we've got the most amazing, longest, biggest aqueduct in the world that we're going to be going over, and that's the reason Gabs has come.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it actually.
But before we do cross the wonderful Pontus Utterly Aqueduct, we've got this wonderful bridge coming up now. Another amazing feat of engineering.
Wow. I did that all right then, right?
Is that your first 69?
That's my first 69.
So as I said earlier, the aim for this week's cruise is to get to the end of Llangollen so I can be in the basin for Christmas. And then once Christmas is over, I'm going to take my time coming back and do a lot more exploring and stop at lovely little mooring spots that I've never stopped at before, just so I can go off adventuring. One of the things I do want to do on my way back is go down the Montgomery arm of this canal. It's a little bit that they're opening up sections at a time, they're restoring them. But talking on the subject of Christmas, I'm going to mention your coat now. I got this coat for Gabby for Christmas and she's wearing it early because it is a bit nippy today.
It's supposed to, I mean, it's ideal for boating for me. It's like wearing a big woolly jumper. Then it's windproof and waterproof. It's like a dry robe, but not a dry robe because I like these colours more. So.
Yeah, we looked at dry robes because she always feels the cold. And they didn't have any jazzy colours, and you saw this company's in your Salt Rock.
Yes.
Not sponsored, by the way. No. I bought that with my own money.
It's best money, honestly, it's probably the best Christmas present I'm going to get, and it'll be the most used, I'm sure.
Whereas me, I'm wearing, this is my dad's old coat. And when I went to Mum and Dad's the other week, he said, Heidi, I'm throwing this out, do you want it? And I thought, that's brilliant that for, you know, when you're carrying coal and you're faffing about, you get covered in all sorts of
mucky jobs, that's what
you
could do.
Lock jizz and coal jizz and all that. So I thought this is a great coat for that.
My jacket's jizz free.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. So I've got a little bit of an interesting fact for you just as we're approaching this bridge hole. Is you'll notice that it's got a letter after the number, it's got the letter W. And that means western, and that's because back in the olden days this canal was actually two canals. The bottom part, Hurlston to Frankton, was called the Ellesmere Canal, and then this further part from Frankton to Llangollen was known as the Llangollen Canal. And when they merged, obviously there were two sets of numbers, so you can't have two 11s on one canal stretch. It makes things really confusing. So this part of the canal has the W at the end. It stands for western. Some people think it meant Welsh because you're on the Welsh part, so we're going to be approaching Wales once we get to Chirk. But no, it stands for western. So there you go. See, I'm full of useless information, aren't I? You can tell we're approaching Wales actually, because we're starting to see a lot more sheep. So according to the weather report today, it was meant to be blue skies and sunshine. Oh, it's lovely. So whilst I'm wetter than a mermaid's boot, Gabby's in there, sat by the fire, all lovely and warm. And I've just had to knock on the door because we've got a lock coming up. This is New Martin locks now. I think there's 2 of them here. She's having to put all the clobber back on now because it's warm in that boat. She loves doing the locks though, Gabby does. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, you know. I'm actually quite glad that Gabs is with us today, because normally when I'm single-handing locks, you're on the roof, you're walking around the locks, and it's quite slippy when it's raining. And we haven't passed one moving boat today. So if I'd have fallen or had an accident, there's just no one around. Might not be anyone around today. So yeah, there's something a little bit more confident when you've got someone around. So we've just moored up here, just at the top of the locks basically, and as soon as we moored up the rain stopped. But that's it, I've had enough for today.
I've been sweating. Sweat's been pouring off.
Yeah, because she's been in the boat. But, and you got your, how was your, did you like that?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
But we're going to be progressing over the next few days. Tomorrow it looks like it's rain all day. I'm hoping I get to Llangollen for Christmas, I really am. But it'll be what it'll be, won't it? But the plan is, over the next few days, we're going to try and get there. So I'll see you, hopefully, in the morning. Good morning. We've just put Captain Glenn on the tiller as we want him to guide us today, because there's been a big storm. Yesterday, the winds were horrendous, and we've been told there are a couple of trees down further up, but apparently you can still get past. But this is winter on the canals. There's always something happening. And I made a big mistake mooring here for a day, because yesterday with all the rain and the wind and how horrible it was, there was also cars going up and down this little track here. And with these big puddles, my boat is just caked in dirt and mud. Yeah, so that'll be getting a good hose down at the next water point, hopefully. But, you know, boats get dirty, don't they? We all get dirty. I've got some brilliant shoes here, these little shoes. I got them off Facebook. It was one of those, like, I think it was a Black Friday deal or something, where you buy 1 pair, you get 2 pairs. So I bought a pair for me and a pair for Gabs, and they're fully waterproof. They're only cheap. I think they were about 40 quid for 2 pairs. They've got good grips. You can put your foot right in a puddle and your socks stay dry. You know, what could be better than that? And also, we've got some sunshine. So today we're going to try and make it to Chirk. Are you ready, you two?
All wrapped up and ready.
Okay, let's do it. And we're off. So we're still trying to make it to Llangollen by the end of this week. That's the plan. But as I say, with it being winter, these shorter days, the bad weather, it being cold, stood here for hours, or getting drenched, you know, we're just doing it in short sections. But winter, you're meant to be sort of relaxing and slowing down. I'm just trying to race to get there for Christmas. And then I'll take my time coming back, more in places for a week, go exploring. There's loads of wonderful walks on this canal. It's unbelievable. We've got Gabs at the helm today.
I'm all wrapped up, nice and warm and ready for it.
And I just wanted to mention as well something else about winter on the canals that makes it different from the rest of the year. Is obviously we've got all the bad weather and it's quite windy today. and obviously we've been warned that there's a tree down further up, but also it's the muddy towpaths, and they are relentless. I mean, back there, the huge puddles, you could swim in some of those. Horrendous. I'm really lucky with Bonnie, because Bonnie hates puddles. She always tries to walk round them, but she doesn't like mud. But obviously she still gets mucky, you know. She's got her own little towel, one either end of the boat, to wipe her little feet with when we get in.
She don't even like rain.
I know.
You take her out in rain or cold and she'll quickly run it, do a wee and run back in.
Yeah, she's a bit of a mardy bum, aren't you?
She's like me. She feels the cold, doesn't she, bless her?
I feel the bloody cold. Got my nipple warmer on today.
What have you done? Pulled your socks up?
Cut. So we're just coming up now to this tree that's fallen across the canal. So it looks like we can get under it, but it's proper leaning. Let's hope it don't fall on our heads.
Oh, what about your chimney hide? Think you want to do this?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah. Well then, if it goes wrong, I can blame you.
Right. Back here now, Gabs, because I don't want you being pushed off by a big bush. So we're through, but that was quite low. Whew. Right, onwards. So as I say, woo-hoo, winter on the canals, it's always a bit of an adventure. And another thing about when boating over winter is always power. Power is a nightmare because of bad weather you want to stay put for a few days, so you're not running your engine, and your engine is what generates your power when you cruise. Well, on boats like this anyway. You know, this has a diesel engine that charges everything. And I'm so lucky because I've got my huge power banks. I've got a 2 kilowatt one in the kitchen, in the galley, and that powers my air fryer, it powers my washing machine. I've also got a smaller one in the bedroom because at night time when I turn off my inverter, which powers everything, I've got no power. I've got no 12 volt sockets on this boat, so having those power banks is a godsend, it really is. And also other things like this. So this is a little power bank that attaches to my phone. This is what make is it? This is a U-green one. It's I got it off Amazon. I'll put a link in the video description for stuff like this, because I always get asked questions about stuff like this, and these are just little godsends. This one's great. It's, it charges my iPhone a few times, but it's also got a little USB lead at the bottom, USB-C. You can also plug leads into it, so that's great for stuff like that. I've also got a bigger one of these, which I think's also U-green. I'll show you when I'm more up, and that one powers my Nintendo Switch. You know, and it also powers my camera at the front, and that's how that's powering now, because GoPro batteries, they're nightmare. They last 20 minutes. So for me to be recording stuff at the front for ages, I have a power bank up there as well. So, you know, just great little gadgets. We're in an age now where technology has come on so much, because when I first got a boat 15 years ago, I couldn't watch telly for more than an hour and my batteries will be knackered and flat and whatever. But nowadays with all these Life Pure 4 batteries and little things like this, just game changers really. So yeah, that's how you cope on going dark at like 4:30 and keeping yourself entertained. But we play cards, don't we? When Gabs is on board, we play cards all the time.
Backgammon.
You've got to remember, haven't you, back in the olden days they didn't have power, and you know, they used to have 7 children and stuff back then, didn't they? Big families.
That's how you kept warm.
But we're lucky.
Together as kids.
But we're lucky because we've got the log burner, and even if I run out of power, like with the air fryer, I can always cook on the fire, which I do. I live on one pot meals, me. I make a big pan of stew or veggies, or I live on sausage casseroles, things like that you can just throw it all in and leave it cooking all day. Jacket taters done in the oven.
I've never seen your cooking.
I've had my curry. I did a cauliflower and potato curry the other day with some chickpeas in it.
Chickpeas.
And you loved it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah.
But I think you don't have any curry powder or something, so.
I used a jar. Let's not go into that. Anyway, onwards.
Right.
So it wasn't forecast to rain today, but unfortunately it is. So, oh gosh, Gabby's gone inside to make a coffee and get herself nice and dry and warm. And again, I'm here at the tiller getting wet.
Fluffy neck only went in for a wee and you're soaked. That's what you call a good timing for a toilet break.
So we've arrived at our destination, another short cruise today. But we had all weathers, it was blue skies, we got blown, rude, and then drenched. But we're here. And then over the next few days we're going to be going over the beautiful Pontus Suthley Aqueduct, also the Chirk Aqueduct. But for today, we're going to go in the pub, meeting some mates in the pub. Well,
that's my type of cruising.
There's an absolutely stunning sunset going on out there. It's fantastic. So we're about to get ready to go to the pub, but I just thought I'd show you these little power banks, only because everyone keeps asking me all these sort of questions, so I thought I'd show. So as you know, I've got no 12-volt sockets on this boat at all, just mains. And at night time, I turn my inverter off, so I've got no power. But this is absolutely amazing. This powers the switch. It also powers my GoPro all day long. And that's fantastic. It's also got USBs and it's dead portable, so I can take it into the bedroom. Don't be rude. And just use that out and about. I also have little things like this. So, I don't know if you can see. Charges your phone, put your watch on there. And that's also got a USB socket on it. So that means that one device is plugged in, but I can charge 3 things from it. So it's finding what works. And these are all, I'll put links to them in the description. But it's all little handy stuff in here. Anyway, we're going to jump in the shower and go to the pub. Cheers. Good morning. Today me and Gabs are in the wonderful magical city of York. And tonight we've got tickets to go to York Minster and see the Carol concert. Now York Minster has the hugest stained glass window. So let's get cracking. The other brilliant thing is whilst we're exploring York today, my mum and dad got us a Christmas present, an early Christmas present, and it's a little book, but it sends you on a big treasure hunt around the city looking for clues. We feel like proper pirates, don't we? So guided by our little book, we've turned it into a proper quest around the city. We're following clues, ticking off landmarks and roaming York like a pair of festive pirates, which is honestly such a lovely way to explore. It gives you purpose, direction and a real sense of discovery as you go. Because York at Christmas feels like stepping straight into a Christmas card. Everywhere you look there's incredible architecture, wonky old buildings, cobbled streets that have been here for centuries and lights twinkling absolutely everywhere. These shambles are so quirky. They're these little cobble streets, and actually back in the olden days these were butcher's shops and the cobbles were laden with blood and offal and stuff, and that's how it got its name, the shambles. But now it's full of magic shops, Harry Potter shops, Viking shops, really quirky little shops, and it's just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, nice little pubs.
Oh yeah, just Another little interesting fact about these cobble streets, because they used to stink because of the blood and the offal, and they only cleaned them once every 2 to 3 weeks. So you can imagine it, can't you, back in olden days. So we've just been all around the wonderful shambles and it was glorious, but we're starving and we've found the place we've been looking for, and we're going to go inside now and have ourselves a Yorkshire pudding wrap, aren't we?
Yes.
For a Yorkshire girl. You have to try the local food when you're in a place, don't you? And we're in York, in the county of Yorkshire, so we couldn't wait to try this delicacy. That food was absolutely as gorgeous, wasn't it?
I had loads as well. They give more veggie, which is unusual. So I had loads of extra veg because mine were veggie wrap, and it was so gorgeous.
It's a Yorkshire pudding with all your dinner, roast dinner wrapped up inside.
Roast potatoes.
Oh yeah, roast potatoes, veg. I had turkey, cranberry sauce, stuffing. She had loads of vegetables. But we're just heading now to the wonderful York Minster to see the carol concert, and then onwards to the Christmas markets. So we've just come out of York Minster and it was just so magical, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was really beautiful.
They had
really moving.
Yeah, they had an orchestra, a choir. We sang some proper Jesus bangers, we did, didn't we? Some Christmas carols. But it's hammering it down. So we're going to try now to get to the Christmas markets before they close and have a few mulled wines. But wow, it was so magical, absolutely magical. So just this minute finished solving that book and it's been such really good fun. But it says it should take you 3 hours, but it's took us.
Right, I'm telling you now, it's 3 hours. It should have said chuffing 3 days.
It took us ages, but we finished it. And I thought I'd mention as well where we're actually staying. So we came in the camper van. It's back on the road. It's been off the road for months. We came in that and we found this really quirky little place called Chicken... I'll put it in the description. Chicken Coop Animal Sanctuary.
Animal Sanctuary.
And it's a
It's
20-minute bus route into York itself. But you tell them what we did this morning.
I fed chickens this morning at first. First thing, I fed a donkey, and then I quirky chickens. One were called Tina Turner, and she was absolutely fabulous. It's such a wonderful, quirky place to stay. If you've got a little camper van, it's a right good place. There's a bus ride into York, really nice.
Mm-hmm. Why the long face? There's also goats there, there was donkeys, there's a horse, ducks, everything in this little place. It's amazing. It was only £25 a night, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you need to get an Uber back. That's the problem because the last bus is at 6 o'clock. But it's just, it's been so wonderful. We arrived last night and then we've come to York today and then we're going back tomorrow. But it's been wonderful. Little Bonnie's at my mum and dad's. She loves it there though, doesn't she? My mum and dad love having her, so she's at being spoilt.
But now I'm trying to get Heidi to come and find this bar that I want to try and go in and get a nice, mulled wine or something.
Yeah, we've had a few more wines already around the Christmas markets, but we're going to go to one more.
Find the fire.
Yeah, apparently there's a fire pit. We don't know, it might be closed, but we'll see. After going around the beautiful Christmas markets, I finally made it here into Thor's Teepee. There's a roaring fire there. It's lovely and warm because we are chilled to the bone, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got so chilled on it where.
This is a mulled wine with a rum, so cheers everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers now. Cheers. Sweat the lips. So I am going to leave the video here. If you have enjoyed it, please do give us a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And before I go, just a huge, massive thank you to my lovely, gorgeous patrons. So that's it. Please take care, stay safe, and have a wonderful Christmas.